Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be crocheting Heart Granny Square number 1. It's one of 2 variations that Lisa has done for her Unicorn Dreams blanket crochet along. If this is the first time that you've visited my channel, it would be amazing if you just took a moment to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. All the information about the yarn, the colour, the sequence, and a written downloadable pattern are all available for free on Lisa's website. I will link to that in the description box below. So as pretty as these colours are, they do not show up brilliantly on my white background here. So I've got some bright blue background that I'm going to bring in for the actual crochet tutorial itself. It's going to be on a bright blue background, which will hopefully provide high contrast between the whites and the pinks, and so you can actually see what I'm doing as I do it. So as always, if you have any questions, please feel free to shout in the comments section below. I am using American crochet terms, so USA stitch terms, and I will be following Lisa from CuteCrochetMakes pattern. So all of this, full credit to her. I'm following her exact written instructions, just the same as you would be if you had downloaded them and printed them from her website. So I hope you love this little square as much as I do. It's so simple and sweet, but really effective. So let's crack on. Okay, using a 4mm hook and your white yarn, you're going to start with a magic ring. Now, if you don't know how to do a magic ring, I do have a video on that, which I will link to in the description box below, or a little card may have popped up just here. So into your magic ring, you are going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Then you are going to do 2 double crochet into the ring. Now, I'm sort of assuming you know how to do a double crochet. If you don't, I have linked to a video to show you just how to do that as well in the description box below. Chain 2 and put 3 double crochet into the center ring. Chain 2, 3 more double crochet into the center ring. Chain 2, 3 more double crochet into that center ring. Chain 2, and then you're going to join with a slip stitch to the top of your initial chain 3. So I know it's hard to see with white, but here's the first chain, second chain, third chain. If in doubt, just aim for the top. Just join with a slip stitch. Then you're good to go ahead and pull your magic ring closed. Oops. There we go. Okay, for round 2, you're going to chain 3, just straight up from where you joined with your slip stitch. And then you're going to put 2 double crochet into this chain 2 space just behind your chain 3. So you're working into this space here. Just go ahead and pop 2 double crochet in there. They'll sort of lightly wrap around your chain 3. Then into the next 3 corner spaces, you're going to put 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet straight into each of the next 3 corner spaces. So 3 double crochet, chain 2, and 3 more double crochet into the same space. Same again to the next chain 2 space, 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, all into the same chain 2 space. Now if at any point I'm going too fast, feel free to slow the video down by pressing the 3 little dots in the top right corner. That's the sort of speed adjustments. You can slow down what I'm doing and the whole speed of the video. Then I've got my third space over here, same again, 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, all into the same space. So now we're back to where we started initially, and we're going to end with 3 double crochet into that first chain 2 space, chain 2, and then join with a slip stitch to the top of your chain 3. Now it's slightly covered by your 2 double crochets, but you can pull them out of the way and count 1, 2, 3. But as I said earlier, just aim for the top. Granny squares are very forgiving. Okay, so round 3, and we're going to start introducing some changing of colours. Now, a couple of things to note: you can float or carry your yarn all the way around, which means that you sandwich it in between your stitches as you go. This just cuts down on the amount of ends that you will have to sew in at the sort of end. If you don't like carrying your yarn, you are free to cut it after every colour change, but just a heads up, you're creating an awful lot of work for yourself out the other end. Now, the other thing to remember when changing colour in crochet is when you change colour, in the last stitch before the next colour, you finish the stitch with the new colour. Now that sounds really complicated, but I will talk you through it, so just bear with me. Okay, so to start, we are going to chain 3, and you're going to put a double crochet into this chain 2 space just behind your chain 3, like we did in the round below. And now we're going to change colour within the next double crochet because we want a pink cluster over here. So yarn over, go back into this chain 2 space, over, come back through. You've got 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and then to change colour you complete the stitch with the new colour. So drop the white and bring in your pink. So yarn over, to sort of bring the hook, place the yarn over your hook and draw it through those last 2 loops. So now you are ready to be crocheting in pink. You can drop that end back there. Now with the white yarn, don't want to cut it, you want to hold it flush because we're going to be sandwiching it in between our stitches. So we're going to do 3 double crochet in pink in this space here, but we're going to change colour on the last of those 3. We're going to change back to white. So I'll talk you through this round. So yarn over, and you're going to go ahead and do 1. Let's pull this tail back to make it a little bit loose. That's 2. Can you see how I'm sandwiching that tail? I'm just working my stitches around it. So that's 2. And now on the 3rd, we're going to change back to white. So yarn over with the pink, go in, come back through. You've got 3 loops, yarn over, pull through the first 2 in pink, then drop the pink, pick up that white, yarn over, and finish the stitch. Now using white, you can float and carry this pink along with you. So just sort of gently hold it and sandwich around. You're going to do a corner in white. So 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, all into that same stitch. And I'm sandwiching, see I've tucked it sort of down there. I'm sandwiching this pink. Now, as I said, if you don't like floating your yarn, if you don't like seeing this little carried bit of yarn along there, you are welcome to cut the pink at this point. But as I said, that would you're just giving yourself a lot of extra tails, but it's totally down to your personal preference whether or not you want to carry the yarn. Three double crochet into this side cluster, 2 are white, and on that third one we're going to change to pink. So 1, 2, and then on the third one finish your stitch with the pink yarn. So drop the white and bring in the pink. Then you're going to be carrying this white around and sandwiching it in. So in the corner, 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet in pink, but change back to white on your final double crochet. So on that final stitch, stop, drop the pink and finish with the white. So you should have something that's looking a bit like this. Okay, so we need 3 double crochets in white here, but we're going to change back to pink on the final double crochet of your group of 3. Let's tuck my pink down. Let's lift it up a bit high. If I tuck it down, that's less visible. So on the third stitch, change to pink and drop the white. Now, same as this corner, in this corner, you're going to do 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, but change back to white on your very last stitch. So my last stitch, drop the pink, pick up the white and change back. 3 double crochet in white on this side. Then we're going to end this round with 3 double crochet, still floating the pink along the back, 3 double crochet into that original chain 2 space, chain 2, slip stitch to the top of your chain 3 at the beginning of the round, and now we're done with the white for a little while. So you can grab your scissors, snip the white, leave yourself a nice long tail to weave in. And I personally like to just chain 1 and pull it tight so that it won't come undone as I'm doing future rounds. So that is the end of round 3. Okay, round 4, we still have our candy floss here being pulled along the back, floated, so you can see where they're floating around. Pop your hook into that chain 2 space, pull up the pink, pull it up a little bit so it's the same height as your stitches. So you can see I've just pulled it up. Chain 3 and put 2 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, all into this same space. Now you can see how this yarn's pulled through. So the first 2 double crochet, because this chain 3 counts as a stitch, I like to put them to the side of this pink. Bring it right up so you can see. So now I'm trapping the pink, I'm pulling it up and squashing it against these stitches here. So it sort of pulls that leg out of the way. Then chain 2, put 3 more double crochet into the same stitch again, trapping that pink floated yarn. Now we're going to use pink for this entire round. So go ahead and pop 3 double crochet in between the white and the pink of the row below. And 3 double crochet in between the other side. In the corners, 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. So you're going to continue round, 3 double crochet, sort of clusters on the sides, so 3 double crochet here, 3 double crochet here, then in the corners, 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, 3 double crochet, 3 double crochet, corner, 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, 3 double crochet, 3 double crochet, and I will meet you back here once you have gone all the way round in the pink. Okay, so to finish this round, you're going to join with a slip stitch to the top of your chain 3, your initial chain 3. And now we're done with the pink for a little while, so chain 1, get your yarn, snip the ends, get your yarn, get your scissors, and pull it up and pull it tight. So it's starting, if you turn it that way, to look a lot like a heart granny. Okay, round 5, we're going to be using white again. So bring your white back in, and we're going to attach to any corner stitch that you fancy. So pick any corner, it doesn't matter which one you attach to. Move the pink strand out the way. So I'm going to go ahead and attach to this corner over here. So pop your hook through the chain 2 space, pop a slip knot on your hook, tighten it up, and bring it through. Now that knot will probably want to come through with you. Don't worry about it. When you weave in your ends later, you can pull it back through. Okay, for round 5, we are going to be using single crochet stitches. So chain 1, which does not count as a stitch, and in this chain 2 space, you're going to put 1 single crochet, chain 2, 1 single crochet, all into that same chain 2 space. See my little knot from my slip knots come through. If I pull it, it gets rid of it. Now you're going to work a single crochet into the top of each of your double crochet stitches from the round below. Now remember to just pull your corners around slightly so you're not covering up this very first stitch here. So single crochet into every one of these double crochet stitches from the row below. I'm also going to sandwich my yarn tail in for the first few stitches. Now in the corners, 1 single crochet, chain 2, 1 single crochet, all into that same chain 2 space. So you carry on 1 single crochet into every one of your double crochets all the way along, including, now this is quite a good place to show you, for this where you joined with a slip stitch to the chain 3, you want to be putting your single crochet in there. So you'll have sets of sort of 3 single crochet. You whiz along and I can show you exactly how to tackle that section. So this is where we joined with our slip stitch. You can see I've got 1, 2, and this is your 3rd join here. So you're going into, almost essentially going into the top of that chain 3 again. And then under the 2 loops of this double crochet next to it and into that final one. So along your side edges, it'll always be sets of 3 because you're crocheting into the sets of 3 from the row below. So carry on round, 1 single crochet, chain 2, 1 single crochet in all the corners. At the end of the round, you're going to join with a slip stitch to that very first single crochet that you did, not the chain 1, the single crochet itself. Chain 1, cut your yarn, pull it up and pull it tight. So for round 6, same as before, pick a corner, any corner, it doesn't matter. I'm going to pick this top corner over here, put your hook in through the chain 2 space. Now it's a little bit more tricky to find, but it's in between your 2 single crochets in the corner. Pop your hook straight into the space. Now I'm going to be bringing in a slightly darker pink. I'm not sure it really shows up on camera, but this is clematis. Pop a slip knot onto the hook, and just like before, bring that loop to the front of your work. Now chain 3, which counts as a double crochet, and into that same chain 2 space, you're going to put 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 3 double crochet, all into that same chain 2 space. Now pull your stitches back around because you can see they've covered up that very first stitch, that very first single crochet of this corner stitch here. You're going to skip 2 stitches, and then the 3rd put 3 double crochet. Just make sure you are skipping 1, 2. You don't want to miss that little one there. 1, 2. Going into the 3rd single crochet, put 3 double crochet, all into that same stitch. Skip 2, and into the 3rd, 3 double crochet. Skip 2, 3 double crochet into the next. Skip 2, 3 double crochet, skip 2, and it will bring you straight into the chain 2 corner space, where you will do a corner, which is 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, all into that same corner space. Now you're going to repeat this all the way around. Skip 2, remember, pull your corners round to truly show you that first stitch. So skip 2, 3 double crochet into the next. Skip 2, 3 double crochet into the next. All the way along, and in the corners, you are going to put 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. So you'll have corners with 4 side sections in between. And to finish this row, just as before, slip stitch to the top of the chain 3, chain 1, cut your yarn, leave yourself a decent tail for weaving in, pull it through and pull it tight. All those ends. Just don't look at the back. Okay, for round 7, just as you have been before, pick any corner you like to join your yarn to. I'm now going to be using Wisteria, which is like a darker purple, or lilac-y, purpley colour. Popping a slip knot on my hook and bringing it through that chain 2 space. Now this round is a normal granny square style round. So your corners will be 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, and you're going to pop clusters of 3 in between all these side clusters along. But to start, chain 3, which counts as your first double crochet stitch, pop 2 more to that corner, chain 2, put 3 more double crochet into that chain 2 space. And you're going to pop 3 double crochets to every one of these spaces in between your side clusters. Once you get to your corner, 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, all into the same chain 2 space. So for this round, you will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 side clusters and your corners. So you carry on all the way around, and I'll meet you back over here for finishing off round number 7. So when you finish your last little granny cluster, you're going to join with a slip stitch to the top of your chain 3. So you've got your double crochet, here is the top of the chain 3 that we started with. Just like before, chain 1, give yourself a nice little length of yarn and pull it through. I'm getting almost too big to be in shot now. Now I'm just going to take a moment to weave in my ends because they are driving me potty. You don't have to do this until the end, but it is becoming a bit of a nightmare. So bear with me 2 seconds. I'm just going to go ahead and weave in my ends, and I'll meet you right back here for the last couple of rounds in just a moment. Okay, that is the ends dealt with. That's the back. I'm going to turn it back around to the front, get rid of all these little scraps. Okay, so the next colour I'm going to be using is Apricot. And I'm going to pick any corner space, just as we have been doing. I like to go in an opposite corner to wherever I last joined, so it helps stop it twisting too much if you pick a different side or area to join. So I'm going to go ahead and pop my hook in over here, just as I have been doing, pop a slip knot on the hook and pull the loop through to the front of the work. Chain 1, which does not count as a stitch, and you're going to pop 2 single crochet into the same sort of chain 2 space, pull them around a little bit, chain 2, 2 single crochet, all into that same corner section. Now, just like for this little white round here, you're going to pop a single crochet into the top of every one of your double crochet stitches, and in the corners 2 single crochet, chain 2, 2 single crochet. So all the way around. The one thing just to watch out for is that your corners don't cover this first stitch. So shunt them around a little bit so you can still see the top of the first 3. So single crochet in every stitch and 2 single crochet, chain 2, 2 single crochet into the corners. So don't forget the corners, 2 single crochet, chain 2, 2 single crochet. So you keep going all the way around, and I'll meet you back over here in just a moment. So to finish this round, you're going to slip stitch to the first of your 2 single crochets. Remember, your little chain 1 does not count as a stitch, so just go ahead and slip stitch. Now for the 9th and final round, you're going to chain 1, single crochet in every single crochet stitch, and in the corners, in your chain 2 corners, you're going to put 1 single crochet, chain 1, 1 single crochet. So into those corners, 1 single crochet, chain 1, 1 single crochet. Oops, I put that one, that's where you want to watch out. I wasn't paying attention. I put that into my actual stitch and not the chain space. So, using my little tiny error as a guide, make sure you're working into the chain 2 space, not the actual single crochet stitches for your corners. So single crochet into every single crochet all the way around, and in your chain 2 space, 1 single crochet, chain 1, 1 single crochet. Meet me back here and we can finish off. So to finish off, you're going to slip stitch to the top of your first single crochet of the round, do a little chain 1, grab your scissors, cut your end, pull it up, pull it tight, spin it around depending on where you are, give a little tug so everything falls into line. If your single crochet stitches are a little bit tight, just tension wise, then you can always pin it out and give it a light blocking if you want to. It's not necessary. I'm not going to bother with mine. Mine seems relatively square. Yeah, that's good enough for me. So I really hope you enjoyed making the Heart Granny Square by Lisa from CuteCrochetMakes for her Unicorn Dreams blanket crochet along. You are free to mix it up and do it in any different colorways that you like. As I mentioned, I'm always following Lisa's yarn colors and her brands and everything just to stay true to her patterns. So let me know in the comments what you think of this Granny Heart Square. And I shall see you again really soon on my channel for another crochet video. Happy crocheting!